Folks, check it out. It is the YC EDC Mountain Slider. This is kind of the spiritual successor to the Breakthrough that everybody loved. And this one comes with these kind of diamond pattern plates that are polished, very shiny, and kind of interesting. So similar to the Breakthrough, it had that kind of curvature. So, you know, if I had a flashlight, maybe like this Workos HD02, you can see that there are definite spaces in between those plates. Huh. Thanks, Workos. So let's give it a little look here. This is not my favorite slider, I will say. I do like the Breakthrough better. I think it was better designed. This one has some kind of sharp edges, and not even like sharp, but I mean they're just too defined. The Breakthrough had that little crack kind of look in the middle, and the edges of it were very soft. Okay, not to mention the Breakthrough had patterned plates that were also polished like this, but something about this diamond pattern kind of catches my thumb, and it makes it difficult to get it to move the way I want. So I just feel like it's kind of catching, like if I've got any sort of moisture on my thumb, like a little bit of sweat, it's a little more difficult to move. Not to mention, somebody pointed out, and listen, I get it, it's just a pattern, but somebody pointed out the kind of suggestive look of these, and it's been really hard to kind of grapple with that. So now, one of the things that I did think was neat about this slider in particular is that you take that screw out and that releases that middle kind of mountain piece. Now, super sharp. This is legitimately sharp. Like I could draw blood right now with how sharp this piece is. So when you take it off, be careful, open it up, and that's what we're dealing with. So nothing that crazy. Some smaller magnets in the corner or in the middle, so they've got this hybrid setup. You know, when I got it, it was 4x2 on one side and 3x2 on the other. I changed it. I made them both 4x2. That changes the play a little bit. It changes the fact that it maybe doesn't move as quick, but I still noticed that sweat issue even before swapping this over. So no O-rings or anything like that. So these are like, you know, there's a little bit of crunch to it, but interesting that, yeah, there aren't any O-rings. Let's take a look at what came with it. Came with its own tool. You've got some magnets. You've got some slide tape, which, you know, may help in my situation. It's got some of these spacers, which is kind of neat that they did it in, you know what, I haven't decided if that's neat or not. These spacers kind of help muffle some of the noise, or you can use them as like a shim underneath the magnet to change the strength of the magnets. They did make them clear, so they're plastic where usually they're just thin cut metal. So that's cool, but also probably gonna lose them pretty easily. The mountain keychain, just like the Breakthrough had, and then that, which is stand-in EDC, which sounds like a great name for a clone brand. Is it for me? No. If I was to get one or the other, I'd get the breakthrough. This doesn't seem in any way like, certainly not like an improvement on the breakthrough, more so just like an updated design that they tried. Now granted, I like this style titanium with that polished blue there. That's sweet, but I don't know about the design or what it says about mountain to me. I don't really get mountain from it. So there you go, folks. All right, folks, welcome to Unfocused, part of the show where we rant, rave, recommend, or reflect. Today we are talking mechanical sliders versus buckyball, or mechanical buckyball hybrid. This is a question from one of our members, Mr. Corey Grisham. Corey, thank you for the great question. I am going to say that the buckyball craze hasn't necessarily gotten a hold of me yet. There are a few pieces that involve a buckyball, like the Halu player mechanical one that is a mechanical track, but it's got the buckyball that slides on top. The Pel C is great. And then the other one that I'm going to be reviewing, the Tita. Mechanical sliders will always be, my first love. I think the buckyball is one of those things we might see kind of come and go. Now it adds a lot of, kind of interesting elements to some pieces. I think they've done it well where it's not obnoxious. It actually just kind of adds to the amplification of the mechanical feature. But yeah, in terms of like, would I choose buckyball over mechanical? No. Would I choose mechanical and buckyball over mechanical? No, I don't think so. But I appreciate it for what it is, and I think it does add something special to certain pieces like this, or the original Pel C, or that Halu player 3-track mechanical. So there you go. Thanks, Corey.